Hey everyone, this is Goober, and this is just going to be a very quick video just showing kind of the basics of how portaling works in the Red Faction engine. If you want to click the link in the description to go to the portaling and rooms page on the Red Faction wiki, that's going to show exactly what I'm going to show you in this video today, but this is kind of a visual representation of that. I actually remade the exact map from that little walkthrough, so you can also just reference that page. But essentially what happens here is that, and you may have noticed this in your maps before, but if I walk into this room right here, you see how that room over there stops rendering? And when I walk over here, that room is going to stop rendering. There's a door right here, and when I walk over here, that room is going to start rendering. Now, if I load the other version of this map with the portaling done a little bit different, that's not going to happen, so let's just do that. So now this is the good version of this. So if I walk into this room in this version, absolutely no problem whatsoever. The room over there renders perfectly fine. So why is that? Well, I'm just going to turn on a debug command, and that should help illustrate. There we go. So now we have showrooms in different colors turned on. So you can see where my room boundaries are. So red room, purple room, gray room, blue room, green room. Here, blue room that the door is in, and green room on the other side. Now, basically the logic here is that this blue room right here is considered the door room. And it's a door room because it has the mover here that has is door ticked on it inside of it. So what that means is that whenever this door is closed, I'm not going to be able to look through the door room into any other rooms. Any other rooms on the other side are going to be de-rendered. So when I'm in the gray room here and I'm looking through that, the green room here isn't being rendered. But that's no problem because I can't see through the door anyway. So it's actually a good thing that the other room isn't rendering. It helps my performance. Now, this is a box in this map, so it's not a big deal, but that could be a very big deal depending on the map. And likewise, if I'm here and the door is closed, nothing on the other side of it is rendering, which, again, I want. Now, if I load up the other version, same thing. Render doors in different, or render rooms in different colors is turned on. So, red room, blue room, gray room, purple room, green room. Now, if you notice here, the difference. This is the gray room. There is no blue room here. So, there is a green room, but there is no blue room, which means that my door here, which is my keyframe with is door ticked, is inside this gray room. As a result, the entirety of the gray room is considered the door room. And remember before I said looking through the door room when the door is closed is going to cause anything on the other side of it to de-render. Well, that's exactly what's happening here, because when I go over here, this here is on the other side of the door room. It's adjacent to the door room, and the door is closed, so that's not being rendered. Now this room back here is also not being rendered, but again, no big deal because I can't see through the door anyway. However, that over there is a big deal because I'm looking through the door room into that room and it is not rendering. And again, door's closed, door is in its own room rather than in the gray room, no problem. But the minute that door is in a room that I can look through into an adjacent room that is not blocked by the visibility of the door, then I start having rendering problems. So you can solve this, as I said, by just putting another portal here. That's because we always want to make sure that our doors, as in our movers with is door ticked, are enclosed in their own unique, very small room. The idea with this is that you want to make sure that your door is in a room that cannot be, you can't see anything else in your map through that room by looking through that room, except stuff that is blocked by the door anyway. So the fact that it de-renders, no big deal. You actually want that. So yeah, that's kind of the basics of how portaling works. Again, I'll put a link down in the description to the page on the wiki that explains this concept in more depth. If you wanted to have a read through that, it might help with understanding. This is actually very, 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 very useful for improving frame rate in the engine. It can cause problems, but you know, normally as long as you just follow that principle of enclosing your door in its own specific door room that is constrained very tightly, you know, you'll be fine. Anyway, with that, take care. I'll see you next time.